Hi there, it's Joe once again. I'm joined by Dan.
Good afternoon, hello.
And this is SquareXO, episode 2. It's sort of episode 1.52. Because obviously, the first episode is a pilot. So, anyway, enough of that nonsense. We're here. Hello, welcome. It's Sunday as we're recording this, and it's the day after PSX 2016. And that was some conference that was. We'll get into that in a minute. First of all, let's get this fun housekeeping out the way. Don't forget that you can visit our website at squarexo.co.uk. Please remember to subscribe to us on iTunes as well and give us a like and a review if you can, a nice review. Follow us on Twitter at square_xo, and if you want to watch on YouTube, it's youtube.com/JoeAndersonWater. How about that? Have I covered it all?
I think so. You haven't missed nothing out. No, there is one thing. There's one thing. If you're on PS4, join the community.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah, I don't know how they do that, but
I was about to say that sounded quite professional as well.
Almost. Next time. There's always next week.
I just thought I'd get all that stuff out the way now and then maybe mention it again in the end. And then we don't need to talk about it again. We can just talk about the stuff we need to talk about. Right.
One other thing, I want to say one thing, is thank you to everyone that's commented, listened, subscribed, liked, followed so far. It's been a really positive first week, so thanks very much, everybody.
Yeah, thanks from me too. Yeah, as I have to say, it has been positive. It's been sort of got nice feedback and seems to have been well received, so that's good. So we're pleased about that. Anyway, let's get straight on to the news, I'd say.
That's all we're going to talk about this time, isn't it, surely? So,
let's do our water report. Still not got soundtrack. Okay, right, where do you want to begin? Because that was some conference that was yesterday. I'd say let's begin at the beginning, which was the Uncharted DLC.
Yeah, looked awesome, didn't it? I didn't know what it was to start with, to be honest.
Well, see, I was a bit like I said on Twitter, it's this Sucker Punch, because I thought if it's going to be anybody right at the beginning, it could be Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
Because obviously they've still not shown their game and it wasn't revealed yesterday, so I thought, and then I saw the Uncharted logo and I thought, not the Uncharted, sorry, the Naughty Dog logo, and I thought, right, it's Uncharted. But then I saw the woman, I'm thinking, is somehow Lara Croft in Uncharted?
I did think, and I thought, yes, my flipping prediction of Shadow of Tomb Raider was right, and then it was wrong, because it was close.
When she took her face, or sort of scarf off, I was still thinking, is that Lara Croft? So that was, eventually I figured it out. Chloe, and who else is? I wrote it.
The lady from Uncharted 4. I've forgotten her name. The baddie.
Wait. It's coming back to me. It's
Google
coming
it.
back to me via Google. It's coming back to me. I don't remember. Nadine
That's the one.
and McCoy. I done a video yesterday and I mentioned that, but then it's just obviously left my head. But yeah, they look pretty kick-ass. The graphics got incredible as usual. I can't wait. Just give it now. 2017, I presume. Probably. I don't know. Let's have think. Probably summer, maybe. It's a standalone expansion.
It'd be. I reckon it'll be June time to kind of tie in with it being a year after Uncharted 4. I thought it looked great.
Yeah, the good thing about it is you don't actually need Uncharted 4 to play it. So it's a bit like The Last of Us DLC.
Yeah, with the Left Behind.
You didn't actually need Last of Us to play that, did you? But apparently it's actually bigger than Left Behind.
Be interesting to see how long it was. And it's funny, because I wasn't too excited about Uncharted 4 single player, because the rumours were that it was going to be Sam. Yeah. But I'm more excited that they're going back to kind of, not the roots of it, but bringing back some characters that we saw on PS3 that didn't make it over to 4.
That's very interesting, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I've got my PS4 Pro, while we're on that sort of subject, so I'm sure it will be in lovely HDR, hopefully, with 4K support.
Of course it will. It's Naughty Dog, they're going to exploit the software, the hardware.
Because obviously I reviewed PS4 Pro and then I had to send it back, so I got a new one, so that's here now. So I'm just waiting on my hard drive to turn up.
What have you? Sorry, we're off topic now. Have you ordered a solid state one?
Yeah.
Awesome.
2 terabyte from Germany because they're completely sold out in the UK.
Sounds good. Be interesting to read your thoughts on if that actually improves the system, because I've read not conflicting, but that it's not actually as good as what it should be. But
but
you'll
it's
know
still,
firsthand.
Yeah, but apparently it's still okay. But one thing I noticed actually while we're on that subject is that you know how when you copy video a USB stick, I don't know how many people do this, but I do it quite a lot because of YouTube. But what I do is I'll capture the video on the PlayStation 4 if I'm being lazy and I get bored setting up the capture device. I'll capture it on PS4. But what I noticed is on the old PS4, when I copy the video to USB stick, it's really slow. But on the Pro, it's actually much faster.
Oh, it's because it's got USB-C, USB 3, isn't it?
It's got the
Yeah, it's got the newer version of USB.
It's much faster. It's brilliant. So yeah, that's a good thing. But anyway, that, like you said, was off topic. But
yeah, carry on.
Then not my mouse, like, it would just go on a bit of rubbish. I'll just ramble on.
Yeah, get back to PSX. So what was next?
PSX.
After Uncharted 4.
I never wrote this down, but from memory, it was Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you're right.
Genius.
What did you think?
Yeah, when I saw Mega Man, I was thinking, what's he going to do in Marvel? Or Capcom. Well, I know he's got plenty to do with Capcom. But yeah, I saw Mega Man at first and that threw me a bit. I thought, is it a new Mega Man? And then I saw Ryu. Is it?
Ryu.
I call him Ryu.
Yeah.
What do I know? Yes, then I saw him. And then who was it? Iron Man?
Iron Man, yeah.
And I was thinking, yeah, man, this looks good.
Yeah, they made a good job. Good job of making it look really cool. It looks awesome.
Yeah, I actually saw the game. Did you see the gameplay? Because there's a gameplay video out now.
I haven't seen it yet, no.
Oh, see, that looked good. That looked pretty good. Okay. I was quite pleased with that. So, yeah, I'm not really a fighty gamer. Did you say? Is that a good way of saying it? Not a fighty gamer, but I did think it looked pretty impressive, to be fair. Although
something for everyone in it, I reckon.
Do everybody's excited about it?
Do I think everyone's excited about it? Sorry. Yeah, I do. I think there'd be a big clamouring to get on board. I think there's been a lack of decent fighters, isn't there, recently, really? Am I right in saying that? I know we've had Street Fighter 5, but I think other than that, there's not been much.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if Street Fighter 5 was a disappointment or not. Who knows? I can't quite figure it out.
Yeah, I've not played it for a long time now.
Yeah,
so.
It was quite empty to begin with, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. It was another one of those games that we touched upon last week that was kind of released half full, and then we've been waiting on bits and pieces to come along, and then you get fed up waiting and you move on. So
yeah,
there wasn't a story mode, was there? They keep adding characters. They didn't release a finished product.
Nah. So they also announced Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 for the store, I believe, PlayStation Store. Is that on there now?
I couldn't see it when I looked last night, but I know that it sometimes takes a while to filter through. I did see that Let It Die and Tomb Raider Go were up, but I didn't see Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
No, I did. Yeah, we'll get back to the other stuff they announced. We'll just kind of stick to the running order. I think that's the best way of doing it.
Spoilers there. Yeah,
Destiny.
Sorry. No interest.
No interest either.
No. No one.
But they did announce new content or something for Destiny. It's like with the racing and new quests.
Well, no, hold on. That came on right after Wipeout. So they showed Wipeout. Wipeout looked great. The thumping soundtrack looked beautiful. And then they showed like Destiny, which was like a poor man's version of Wipeout. That's what it was.
Let's talk about Wipeout then.
Wipeout would be awesome.
I was a bit disappointed. I absolutely love Wipeout, but I was a bit disappointed it's not the first games. It's got the remasters. It's got Wipeout HD.
Yeah, Fury and the other one.
Yeah. It's not like the original, in it, not?
No, but they were based on the original tracks with some of the original ships, though, weren't they? So it would be as good as the originals.
So. I suppose. I'm sure it would absolutely eye-bleeding on the PS4 Pro. I mean, that's going to be crazy, isn't it?
I reckon, yeah.
I love Wipeout.
It was hard, though, wasn't it? I had Wipeout Fury. Was it Wipeout Fury on PS3? I think I remember it being really hard.
Oh, yeah, they're tough games. Yeah, they're so fast, and I do find them hard, but absolutely. I remember, like, I think it was PS2 I had. It was out in PS1 as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a PS1 launch game, wasn't it? I think
Yeah, I
Wipeout.
remember that because I got a PS1 for Wipeout, and then I think eventually I sold my PS1 for some reason, and then I went and bought another one, and I bought Wipeout again, and then I sold it, and then I went and bought another one, bought Wipeout again, so I bought a PS1 about 3 times because I kept missing it, but I think I kept selling it because I don't know, was I a student or was I?
Yeah, we're young.
I
Yeah.
don't know, I was young and I needed money, so I'm selling it, and then I end up buying it again every time for catalog credit or something. Getting debt to buy the same thing 3 times. Oh no, that was classic, that game. I'll never forget. Wipeout, brilliant. Oh god, can you hear my dog barking?
I did just hear it.
Dog's
It's
making
all
a
right.
guest appearance on the podcast.
Our first official guest.
Yay! Bailey the dog. I think it was Bailey. I've got 3 dogs, so it's a bit hard to tell. Sounded like I'm no. Anyway, right. Where were we? We seem to have went out the order. So Wipeout. So since we're sticking to remastered games, there was also Parappa The Rapper, Patapon, and Loco Roco. Now I played Parappa The Rapper demo, which they also announced was put on the store, so I had a shot of that. I recorded it and I put it on YouTube and on our SquareXO website, so you can watch it if you want. But oh, it's great.
Yeah.
I forgot how to play it, so I never realised, like, I don't know if I had a mind freeze or something, but I didn't look up the top of the screen where it shows you what buttons to push. So it's gone punch, kick, splat, dodge.
What were you pressing then?
I was just pushing any old button. I'm going, what's he talking about? What buttons do I push? And I'm panicking, pushing them all. And then I looked up the top of the screen, I saw them all going across the top of the screen. I'm going, oh, you muppet.
Has it been a while since you played a rhythm action game?
Oh, it's been a long time. So, I mean, like, you can see it in my video. I sort of struggle at first. That's me not knowing what the heck I was doing because I forgot to look at the top of the screen. And then as it goes on, you can see I've figured it out.
Yeah.
And then I get there.
Yeah, I played a couple on Vita recently, but I probably will jump onto Parappa. Good old school.
I can't remember. I mean, it looks absolutely... I mean, I played them on the PS4 Pro, and it has been sort of made with that in mind, and it looks absolutely stunning. At the beginning, you're in a sort of cinema, if you remember, and then they've put a sort of board around the screen just to fill it out with things, but then it just goes full screen after that, and he appears on the screen, and then when you're doing the rhythm bit, it's just a full screen, pure full HD, 4K, whatever you want to call it, and it looks amazing. It's so colourful and brilliant. Oh my god. Just give me that game now.
So everybody go and download the demo, basically.
Download the demo. You've got to. It's brilliant, but I just want the game. That's what really I like about Sony, that sort of quirkiness. You don't get it anywhere else. Or maybe Nintendo, to be fair, but you don't really... There's no too many that take that risk. And, I mean, that's obviously a classic game. They need... I don't know if they've stopped taking risks like that. I wouldn't say, really, Sony has, really. Maybe to an extent, but...
Well, you can maybe we can move it on, segue to Knack 2. Is that a risk?
See, I liked the first Knack.
I liked it too. I thought it was good.
My problem is with people who are hating on it is that it's not for them. It's not made for a 16, 30-year-old whatever. Not really. It's made for like children to play with their parents, I would say, because it's
you reckon? Have you tried to play it on hard? Did you platinum?
Oh no, I know it
wasn't easy.
I did complete it. It took bloody forever because it was one of those games that the main problem I had with it as a reviewer was that I said it's a really good game, but as it drags on a bit, it just kind of gets a bit repetitive and a bit, I wouldn't say boring, but eventually it becomes a grind. I think they tried to drag it out a bit too long. The story. It
reminded me of the Clank sections from Ratchet and Clank, but a whole game of it.
Yeah. But see, I thought that's what I mean. I did think it was a good game, but up until a point, and then it started to get a bit, well, you should have ended it while it was good. Instead of keeping it going. But no, the kids enjoyed it. I played it with them and they liked it. So, I mean, I don't have a problem with having a sequel. I'm I quite look forward to that. I think I'll play it. I thought it was alright, and I'll play it again. And I think it actually looks quite good from what we saw in the trailer as well.
Yeah,
so
I'll be on board.
I don't have a problem with Act 2. Act 2 is good for me. And there was also, obviously, Loco Roco and Patapon, which I'm very excited about again. It's a shame they're not coming to Vita.
Yeah, it's a bit of a missed opportunity, I think, that, isn't it? But
I guess you could play them remote play, but...
I never got into Patapon, but I did like a bit of
my
Roco.
God, Patapon's amazing. You talking about? Oh, Patapon.
That's another kind of rhythm action game, wasn't it?
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, it is actually. It's really good. Oh my God, I can't wait to play that again. I just love it. It's so good. It's brilliant. Everyone needs to play Patapon and see how genius it is.
Did they announce any dates for kind of Parappa, Loco, Roco?
I think they're just next year.
Just at some point when they're ready next year.
Yeah, I think Patapon could work better on the PS4 than Loco Roco. I'm not sure how well that work on the PS4.
Well, they used the gyro in the DualShock 4,
I know they did
surely.
do it on the PS3, didn't they? They did do one a Loco Roco game on the PS3.
Yeah,
but it wasn't quite as good as the PSP one, for what I remember.
Because they did like a Halloween add-on or something. I think it was that one. Again, I might be wrong.
Yeah, I don't
anyway,
remember.
Gran Turismo.
Oh, that looks stunning. I saw a gameplay trailer today, and I thought to myself, "Wow, that looks good." And because someone said, "Oh, it's Gran Turismo Sport gameplay. Push this button." Oh, what, the other dogs joining our podcast now?
They obviously like Gran Turismo.
The podcast for the dogs.
Dogcast.
So it's pedigree. What was I saying? Dogs. So I saw this trailer today saying, "Oh, Gran Turismo Sport gameplay trailer," and I thought, I'll click that. And then this sort of motor racing came up, and I'm going, "When's it start?" Then I just blinked a few times, and I goes, "Wait a minute, that is it."
Yeah.
Oh my God, it looks so good. It looks very realistic, shall we say? Very sort of graphically impressive. And that was on a 1080p YouTube video, so I can only imagine what the 4K video would look like.
I still remember though watching replays of my friend drive around a circuit on Gran Turismo 1 thinking, "Oh my God, this looks like it's real." And that was on PS1, so they really exploited the hardware then, and now it's unbelievable.
Everyone should check out that trailer. Try and watch it in 4K if you can, because you won't believe your eyes. Honestly, it looks so real. I mean, I don't know if I'm a racing fan or not. Drive Club I thought was a fantastic game. I love Forza. I love Burnout, Wipeout. I mean, there's racing games that I could sit and play for hours, especially Project Gotham Racing. I know that's a Xbox
Metropolis
game,
Street Racer. Metropolis Street Racer is better than that.
Yeah, I know PGR's an Xbox game, but that's such a good game. But I can't think of really many races on PS4 that I've been hooked on. Burnout Paradise.
That was PS3.
PS3, sorry. Yeah, I just meant PlayStation in general, not
fair enough.
PlayStation, but I just said it wrong. But yeah, Burnout Paradise, amazing. PS4 Drive Club. I mean, but I'd love to see a new MotorStorm, but I don't know if we ever will. Maybe they should have remastered MotorStorm for PS4, because that is a great game.
They might. I think they've got to draw the line with remasters somewhere, haven't they? But
yeah,
I'd love a new Burnout. The thing is,
they've got such a rich catalogue of games that they could go back to. I mean, there's still tons. They could go back to Jak and Daxter. I love Jak and Daxter. I'm trying to think what else. There's so many that they could just pick one out and go, right, we'll bring that back.
Yeah, there's a massive yearning for it as well for certain games.
So I'm quite. I've always been a critic of remastered games, but mainly because people don't do them right. A lot of time I don't want to revisit the past, so I don't want a game that's just kind of been stretched onto the TV because they can. I kind of want them to put some effort into it, and I think a lot of games I've had effort put in. Darkside is a decent one. I mean, they put a lot of effort into making the cutscenes and stuff look much better. This this Parappa The Rapper, it's been completely reworked for the PlayStation 4, so it's practically a new game, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when they do it like that, and it's maybe a game you've not played for years, but it actually feels like a brand new game, then it's not a problem, is it? It's just when they kind of throw it out and you can't see the difference, that's what really winds me up.
And they just copy and paste it onto a new platform.
Yeah. So anyway, let's get back to what we were talking about. We've got off track so many times.
But I know, we've got to try and keep it on track. Well, I've got the running order up, so I could just run off a few and then we could interject with some certain things if you want.
Well, don't worry about it. We'll try and do it from memory. It's more fun that way.
It's like testing, yeah.
The Last Guardian, they showed a bit of that. Obviously, that's out this week, but they did show it off. But I think they're just trying to remind people that it's coming out finally, and that's fair enough.
Just me, but from the video, I'm not a graphics whore or anything, but when you'd just seen some of the games before it and then they showed The Last Guardian, I think its PS3 history was really obvious, and I don't want that to put me off of the game, but I don't know if it was the video stream or what. But
it's a bit hard to tell until you see it with your own eyes, I think. Yeah. But I think with it being sort of developed on PS3 for so long, it's obviously they've kind of got to have some sort of history with that, where it's going to maybe affect it, but I don't know. Because maybe they develop these games on things that are more... What I'm presuming is they develop PlayStation games on PC. I presume that's what they do. I'm not a game developer, but I'm pretty sure that's what they do. So obviously it's that they develop these games up high. That's why it's really easy for them to remaster games, because they're developing it in more powerful hardware anyway. So when they then bring it to the PlayStation, it's easy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think
that would have been my comment on it though. On The Last Guardian, I've still got it on pre-order. I'm still going to buy it.
Oh yeah, I've got the sort of steal bit. I'm looking forward to it. But I think they're obviously developing it with less powerful hardware in mind, but I don't think it would take much, because the PlayStation 3's hardware was so complicated. That might be where it comes into effect, really, because obviously the PS4 is more PC based, isn't it? So it'd obviously be easier to develop for the PS4 going forward than it was the PS3, because of the cell processor. But maybe they've just managed to sort of transfer the assets and just start again or something. I don't really know. No,
it'd be interesting to see. And like I say, I'm still looking forward to it. It's nice to have an exclusive game.
I've no doubt it'll look good anyway, so I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be good. It does have PS4 Pro support, doesn't it? So
I think that, does it?
Yeah, I think every game has to now. Every game released after the Pro has to have it, I think. So,
right.
So I think they all do in some respects, but I don't know. Right. Well, with Resident Evil 7, showed about that. Also said the demo was being updated and extended.
It doesn't. I'm going to sound like a right moaner now. I feel like with Resident Evil, they're just whacking they're just whacking the Resident Evil name on a action game and calling it Resident Evil. It's not. Obviously, we've not seen it all, but just for me, it's not a Resident Evil game anymore.
Have you played the demo much?
No. So I can't really comment. I can't really have an opinion. But I just feel like they're whacking Resident Evil and hoping to sell it off the back of that name, rather than it being a zombie Raccoon City Resident Evil game.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm always on the fence. I liked Resident Evil 5, I think it was.
I hated Resident Evil 5.
Or was it 6?
I hated 6.
I think it was 5. Wait there, let me look at my shit.
5 was the one where you were Chris Redfield and it was co-op. In Africa. Yeah.
Yeah, I think... I can't remember.
Shoehorned co-op. I hate it.
I get through so many games sometimes that they all meld into one, but I think I might have liked 5. I think it was 5. What was the one you were out in the open and like you were in this sort of... It came out in I think it was Xbox 360. It was an early Xbox 360 game. Would that be 5?
Been 5. Yeah, that would have been 5.
I thought so, because I remember got to see it. The developer showed us it, and and I played it and I thought, oh, this is quite good. And then, but I don't know if I reviewed it or not. I think it's probably too scared. Got the other Dan to do it. You do that one. That's a scary game. That's your
you
turn.
sit in the dark, put your headphones on, and watch this scary show. No, I'm down on Resident Evil.
Right, so I forgot where I was going. Oh yeah, so they extended the demo. That's coming out and going to be extended and bigger. So that's quite a good idea, I guess, isn't it? To sort of give people even more of a taster.
Yeah, we should have a discussion about demos at some point, because I don't like to play demos, because if I'm going to buy a game for 30, 40, 50 pound, I don't want to have played a bit of it already and ruin the kind of opening intro and the tutorial. I want to buy a game and experience it as I've bought it, rather than pre-play parts of it.
Nah, I know what you mean, but if you're not sure, it's quite good. But like you say, we'll talk about that another day.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good discussion point.
We will. But okay, so yeah, we talked about Destiny. Nier Automata.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Nier on the PS3 was brilliant. I loved that game. The story was great. It was a really good game. And I like Platinum's games as well, so the combat in Platinum games is always...
Yeah,
it's one of those ones. It's where you start off, you're not very good, but then after 10 hours or so, you can just destroy everyone as they attack you, because you just get used to the parrying and the combo system.
Yeah, they're pretty fast-paced, aren't they? They're sort of in your face, hanging out. In the same sort of respect, what about Neo? What do you think of that one?
Yeah, it looks awesome. I haven't seen too much of it because it's one I want to get, so I've tried to steer clear of a lot of stuff, because I like Techno Koei games.
We got a brand new trailer just for you guys.
That was a trailer. I was just watching it.
Joe. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to it, but with games like that, I tend to stay away from all the media because I don't want any of it spoiled. I want to buy it and enjoy it for myself.
It looks crazy. I missed this trailer last night, so I just thought I'd catch up while you're talking about it.
That's all right. For me, it looks like a cross between Onimusha and Dark Souls, that kind of.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it looks good, actually. Looks good. I like looking at sort of...
Bit of Ninja Gaiden in there as well.
God of War as well. Let's see. God of War.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of... Well, it's similar to a Platinum game, isn't it? With the combat system, but it's going to be rock hard, so... Yeah, and it looks amazing.
Crash. Yeah. Did you see the gameplay?
Yeah, it looks great. I'm definitely going to get that.
Good. Yeah. Crash.
And it's all 3 games in one pack, isn't it? So that's great. It's not just going to be one of them.
Although Crash Racing isn't there, is it? It's a shame.
Well, they've not announced it. Whether it's hidden in there, not that I know anything, but you never know.
That bit with the boxes where you have to jump over, that got me every time. And the rocks chasing you. You have to smash through the boxes. Oh, I love that bit. I can't play that bit again.
On Uncharted 4, there was a trophy to beat the high score. Yeah,
I remember playing it in that bit. And Uncharted, that was good. I played that bit 5 times.
It was hard, but if you did it in slow motion mode, you could do it.
Yeah, so. That was good. I like that. I never done it. I never got the trophy, I don't think.
Of course remember.
You did. I tried, but I failed.
Horizon looks beautiful.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever going to stop looking good. I can't wait to play that. It's still a wee while away, isn't it? What is it? February?
Yeah. Do you know what it reminds me of? Did you ever play Enslaved?
Yeah, I loved Enslaved.
It looks like that, yeah. So.
Absolutely brilliant review. So I praised that to the heavens.
Yeah, that was a great game, really good.
Fantastic.
And Horizon, I don't know if it's like the scenery or the red-haired lady. It reminds me of that so much. So, yeah.
I felt awful sorry for Enslaved because it never really got the sales it deserved. I don't know why. It released
at a stupid time of year. I'm sure it released in like October or something like that. So it was just drowned out by all the usual Christmas rubbish, so that games like that never break through.
Because I wrote an article, I never ever published it anywhere, but I wrote an article about originality in games and how just sometimes they just fail, and Enslaved was one of the ones I was talking about. Ninja Theory don't seem to have much luck. They seem to make such great games and they seem to get nowhere. Like, they made Heavenly Sword as well.
Yeah.
mean,
that was another good one, wasn't it, as well?
Yeah,
but again,
that's our one Sony could bring back. That's fantastic. I mean, it's just a shame that games got Heavenly Sword and Enslaved. I mean, that they're actually probably two of the best sort of adventure games on the PS4. They were really good. And PS3, I keep saying PS4, don't I?
Yeah, it's all right. Everyone knows what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'm just so into my PS4 now, and I've left PS3 behind. So when I talk about PS3, it's hard to say it. It's got, I don't ever use my PS3.
No, mine's gathering dust. Especially now I've got PS4 upstairs and downstairs. My PS3's just not needed. But anyway, off topic.
A few more titles mentioned was Last Guardian, Gravity Rush 2, and Ni no Kuni 2. Oh, Ni no Kuni 2 looks good. I like the first one. That was a good game.
I never finished the first one. I might get stick with saying that, but I never had the time to finish it when it came out, and then moved over to PS4 not long afterwards, I believe. So I never got around to finishing it.
Very good looking game though, isn't it?
Yeah, it was Studio Ghibli crossover, I think, so it's always going to look good. And Gravity Rush, I really like Gravity Rush, so I'm really excited for that and the DLC to be Raven.
I think the second game will be great. That'll be good. So I'm looking forward to playing that. Obviously, I think when's it? Is it out in Japan this? Is it not out in Japan this year?
I think it was delayed till February as well, or January. No, it's January, isn't it?
I think Japan gets it first. I thought they might get it this year, and then we got it next year. I need to check that out, because if that's the case, I might download it and play it before it comes out here.
Yeah. Give us a sneak insider.
Do a review.
Yeah, we'll do some videos.
Yeah, if it comes out in English version. I don't know if they'll do English version. They have, if you get games on the, what store is it? The Hong Kong store, then you usually get an English version as well.
But I've just done a quick Google. Japan is January 19th.
So
EU is January 18th, so we get it a day before.
We get it first. No point doing that.
Oh, no. UK is January the 20th, because we've Brexited. We're not part of the EU anymore.
Oh, well, still no point. 2 days. Not worth it for 2 days.
Yeah.
Anyway, a few more games announced. See what I mean? It was absolutely packed. It was Lara Croft Go, which was coming out in the store. It's out now, and Let It Die, which I thought that was a bit deceiving, that Let It Die, because they're going, oh, this is Suda's new game, Let It Die, it's out now for free, but it's actually a free-to-play game.
I'm disappointed in Suda51 for this one, but there you go.
I loved his other games. Have you played it?
No.
Have you had to go of it? No.
And again, I feel like I can't criticise because I haven't played, but his other games seem to be full of character and excitement and originality, and I haven't played it, so I can't really
big bibbies.
But this one just doesn't. It just doesn't. I don't know. There's just something about it. It seems too westernized. I think.
What was that crazy game with a woman with the big bibbies? What was it? What was it? It was his last one, was it not?
No, his last one was Killer is Dead, which was on PS3.
What before that then?
Lollipop Chainsaw.
Oh, that's the one. That's the one.
Where you're the cheerleader killing the zombies.
I'm surprised, because obviously there's a lot of sort of people on their sort of high horse about all sexism gaming and all that. And I mean, I agree with them. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm saying it's fair enough. Women deserve more representation, blah blah. But I'm just saying I was surprised that this game never got more stick, because it never got any at all. I mean, I saw women tweeting back going, "Oh, this looks fantastic." And I'm thinking, well, how come it's alright for that game then?
Yeah,
that's another moaning about that one.
You could talk for hours and hours about it though, because then you argue on the other side that it's a game with a strong female character that's, taking the lead and winning or saving the day. So
yeah, I mean, I'm not one of these people who argues about that sort of. That's above my pay grade.
Either way, it was a brilliant game. I loved that game. It was great.
No, it was good. Yeah, you could call me. I think you could call me ignorant of that sort of thing. Not in an innocent way, if you know what I mean. I don't really think about it. If I see women game or men game, I don't really think about it. It's not something that crosses my mind, or it's not fair or whatever. I just play it and enjoy it. I'm not really the type of person to sort of go and rallies and then, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just not me. But well. But no, I just thought I'd mention it because I noticed a lot of people tweeting about how great it was, but I never noticed in the way the industry is. I've seen a lot of people sort of.
Well, it's a Japanese game as well, so it's a completely different culture. So it's difficult, isn't it? But had a great soundtrack too, though, as well.
Yeah,
which was cool.
But anyway, let's go wait for that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that another day.
Surgeon Simulator VR, that came out. I've not tried it, but I don't have the VR anymore. I need to get a new one.
I don't have VR either.
But then I was saying that, but it's good actually time to talk about VR because I was thinking that to myself, I had to send the VR, but I don't have one at the moment. And I'm thinking, do I really want to go and spend $350 on another one? Because I'm not sure that I do. I mean, I'd like to do it so that I can review the games and talk about it. But then I thought to myself, well, if Sony can't be arsed to talk about it, why should I? You know what I mean?
And there was a lack of VR games yesterday.
No, they barely talked about it. And I'm thinking, well, that to me is pure Vita all over again. Let's just ignore a piece of hardware we've just released and leave indie developers to develop games for it. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not really impressed with it. I mean, I don't criticise so much, but I'm not really impressed about that part of the show, that they never spent some time with VR. I thought that was a bit disgraceful, really, considering they've just released it.
Well, they've given no real reasons to buy it yet, have they? There's not, other than Resident Evil 7, there's not that game that's like, oh wow, everyone's got to buy this mainstream game that's VR ready.
I know 40 million people own a PlayStation 4 and only 750,000 own the VR, which just came out. But even still, I mean, you can't just ignore people who've just basically paid out for your hardware. They'll have been looking for. I mean, surely there would have been some people looking forward to seeing what's coming for their new piece of hardware, and Sony basically just ignored them.
There was the one game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Like a space shooter thing. It didn't look like a world beater.
That's not really good enough, is it? You've got a whole hour. I mean, I'm not saying... I can understand why you wouldn't want to spend too much time VR, because you don't want to alienate everybody else, but also... it's hard to show VR off, really, isn't it? But still, you could just do a trailer showing all the games coming, pure loads of games, but it was a bit lacking, so I thought that was a bit disappointing, really.
Yeah.
That's if that was one disappointing part of the show, I'd say it's the lack of sort of attention for VR, and you could say Vita, although Vita got some games, didn't it? So
there were a few for Vita.
Yeah.
I'm going to download Lara Croft Go on my Vita, I think.
Yeah. So anyway, Last of Us 2. Last of Us Part 2. Sorry. I said they wouldn't announce Last of Us 2. They announced Last of Us Part 2, though.
Yeah, well, you've still got to smash that Blue Jewel Shock.
Don't want to. I like my Blue Jewel Shock.
Well, the deal's a deal. How good did it look, though? The feelings in my stomach that it made come back. I just wanted to put Last of Us straight back in the PS4 and go straight back to that world.
Yeah, no, it's good. Hey, I mean, I'm quite happy it's got the two characters. I don't have a problem with that. I noticed quite a few people arguing about the fact that they don't prefer it was two new characters.
No, it would be rubbish. It wouldn't be The Last of Us is all about the dynamic between Joel and Ellie. The whole story hinges around how they interact with each other and how they become closer as the game goes on.
I think Ellie's the main character this time round.
Yeah, it's been confirmed that you play as her, but you played as her in Left Behind as well, so
and
it's not the first time.
Yeah. Didn't you get to play with her a bit in The Last of Us as well? Yeah.
In the snow bit, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. So, I mean, no, I think it'll be good. I think it was fantastic. It was amazing. I was very surprised they announced it, actually, because especially since they did announce the Uncharted DLC, I thought the focus would be on that, you see. I thought they would talk more about that and not really announce another game. Also, the fact I thought they'd maybe learnt the lesson of announcing games way ahead of time, because he did go it's very early in development, which makes you think we won't be seeing it till I'd say March 2019, maybe even Christmas 2019. It might even
19. No.
19. Yeah.
It won't be 19. No.
Very early in development. Could be. I mean, they could. I bet they come out. Maybe they'll talk they probably won't mention it at all at E3 this year. They probably talk.
I don't think they'd have announced it if it's going to be 3 years away.
They said very early in development, so I think we might not hear much more of it for a while.
How long ago did The Last of Us come out?
Oh, I'm not sure. It's PS3 though, one of the last PS3 games, wasn't it?
True. So it might have been 5 years ago. So it took them 4.5 years. Okay, I'm talking myself into my own answer there. If it's 4.5 years, then 4 years.
Yeah, but then they're developing the last Uncharted 4.
That's what I mean, though. So how long was there
DLC
between?
as well. It's quite a big team at Naughty Dog, but I think we're talking at least. I think they'll maybe talk about it at E3 2018. I don't know if they'll talk about it next E3.
If they've announced it now and then go silent for 2 years, I don't think they can do that. The hype is too big.
It's not going to be out next year. That's
no, I know
sure.
that. I think.
But what I was saying is it might be out. Say it comes out March 2018. I think that's too soon. No, I think it'll be a Christmas sort of game. March. So December 2018, November 2018. So what I'm saying is it could potentially be delayed like they normally are into the March of the following year, which would make it March 2019.
Yeah, because Naughty Dog don't release games at Christmas. Don't forget that both Last of Us and Uncharted 4 were scheduled for winter releases and got pushed back to spring.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if it's slated for sort of Christmas 2018 now, we could potentially see it March 2019. That's a guess from me, because it's not going to be next year.
Well, you were wrong with them announcing it, so you could be wrong with the release date.
I was right about Crash.
Yeah, that's fine.
I was right about Uncharted DLC.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I just
right.
I think if they've announced it now and there's that long left, I think it's damaged a lot of games. Exactly. I think it'd be further along than what they're letting on.
Yeah, I think they did specifically say it was very early in development, which makes me think.
They've got to say that, haven't they? They've got to say that.
Yeah,
they can't
could say early, but they said very early, so that kind of makes you think, no, well, it's a while away yet. But anyway,
let's see. Anyway,
that was about it for PSX, wasn't it? That was practically everything, I think.
I think so, or everything that's worth talking about, possibly.
Yeah, I think we've covered just about. Since that was a lot of news, that was a lot of news. So
it was a great show. It was a really good show, a really exciting. Like if you watched that and you didn't have a PS4, or even if you did have a PS4, you'd be just so excited to grab one, to get a PS4. And
I agree, it was a lot better than I was expecting. I was expecting kind of them to spend more time in each game and drag it out that way, and maybe with a few surprise announcements, but there was just one thing after it. It was like an E3 all over again, boom, boom, boom sort of thing.
It was better than E3, I'd say.
Yeah,
I'd say they
really good.
They topped it.
So actually, I want to go to PSX. Maybe if all our listeners here get us to number one in iTunes, then Sony will take us, and then we can talk about it from there in a live stream.
You never know.
We'll do a live podcast from PSX. How about that? All you need to do is get us to number one, and then we can do it. How about that? Yes. I don't like flying much, but I'll do it. I'll do it for you.
We get a ship over there. You can get a boat.
Oh no, it's even worse. If I could drive, I would. I got the train to go on instead of flying.
Oh really?
Yeah. Got the Euro train. It's good as well. Got to pass through Belgium, get waffles and everything. Wouldn't do that in a plane, would you? So now, what else did I want to talk about?
We got some questions from Twitter, and one of the questions was like, put your top 4 games from PSX, but I thought top 4 was a bit of an odd number. But what if you were to rate the top 5 games that were shown at PSX? What order would you?
Right, so let's think. We've got Uncharted, Last of Us. What else would you throw in there?
Well, I've written down my
Marvel
top 5
versus Capcom Infinite.
in order.
Right, you say your top 5 then.
Okay, so number 5, Uncharted Lost Legacy.
Yeah.
Number 4, Gravity Rush 2 Raven DLC.
Yeah.
this is my personal opinion, not the general. Number 3, Nier Automata. Number 2, Persona 5, which had a story trailer released after the conference, but the story trailer looks amazing. I love the look and feel of Persona 5. It's going to be brilliant. And any game where characters put up umbrellas when it's raining always makes me excited because it reminds me of Shenmue. And then number 1 was obviously Last of Us 2.
Right.
Because why not? Has to be.
I think number 5 I'd probably go for Gravity Rush 2 because I'm quite looking forward to that, I'd say. It's a shame everybody's golf wasn't there. That would be in there otherwise. Like that. They never showed it, but it is coming out with PS4. Otherwise, I would have squeezed that in there. But well, it wasn't there. So there's nothing I can do about it. I think I'm going to bung.
No.
I think I'm going to bung Parappa The Rapper Parappa The Rapper at number 4 because after playing the demo, I'm quite excited for it. I feel quite woo.
Yeah.
Wipeout's got to be in there at 3. So I'm excited for Wipeout, and then it's got to be Uncharted, then Last of Us.
Cool. In that order, are you a more...
I'll go for that order.
Yeah, cool. That sounds good.
That's a fine order.
Other questions-wise, we've had one from an @Yosp. I don't know, not heard of this dude before, but he asked you, I think, if you were going to be at PSX.
Sorry, Shu. I didn't manage to go. Maybe one day. If he's listening, he might be able to invite you next year. But it was nice of him to ask if you were going to be there. Yeah, thanks, Shu. And thanks for the great conference too.
Next question. @David Hall on Twitter wondered, 3 years in to the PS4, has it lived up to expectation? And in his opinion, there's only been 5 or 6 memorable game changes.
I don't know.
I see. 5 or 6 game changers in 3 years is pretty good. Surely you can't have a game changer every month. So to have a game changer every 6 months, in David Hall's opinion, surely that's a good thing. I don't know though, and obviously everyone's expectations are different. I think PS4 has been a brilliant console.
I do.
I think it's
been amazing. I mean, I can just think there's games I don't even like that I would consider game changers. Got Overwatch, for instance, which is not really my sort of game, but I know that it's absolutely set the world on fire, hasn't it? Really. Uncharted 4 was absolutely amazing, unbelievable game.
So I'm looking at my collection now. No Man's Sky. Okay, people hated it, but it was doing something new and different and amazing that you couldn't do on any other system.
Even games like Life is Strange. I mean, that's a memorable game for me.
Until Dawn.
Yeah, that as well. That was great. And Infamous Second Son I enjoyed.
Yeah, Metal Gear 5. There's been some really good games this gen. But admittedly, everyone's good is different. But I feel maybe that's... I don't know what the expectation is that it's got to live up to, but for me, PlayStation 4 has been better than PlayStation 3. Therefore, it's lived up to expectation.
Oh no, yeah, I think it's been a great console so far. Really impressed with a lot of the games, and even some of the smaller games got Overcooked and stuff, which is just brilliant. Yeah,
there's been There's been some real good gems on the PS Store that you download and play that aren't necessarily boxed that I can see on my shelf now. So.
Yeah, I kind of get annoyed with the amount of games they release on the store sometimes because I just think some of them are a load of pants. But sometimes you just find one that you just play for ages. Got Overcooked, which is in Rocket League, obviously, which is just great games.
Rocket League, yeah. Rocket League was awesome, wasn't it? And I didn't even pay for that because that was on PS Plus. So
yeah, no, I think I got that one free, and I mean it's just great, and the kids play that all the time. Rocket League. It's just one of these games that's really fun to play. So I think it's lived up to expectations for me. I think sometimes their expectations can be a bit too high.
Yeah.
If you play out, not a lot of people. I don't know how many people play how many games. Obviously I play a lot of games, so for me it's really tough to say. Because sometimes I'll play near enough every game released in a year. Yeah. So when there's less games, it feels to me like it's a quiet year. But obviously some people pick and choose certain games.
it's subjective, isn't it? Looking through a list of downloaded games, you've also got things like, Resogun, which was good, Firewatch, which was good, Transistor, Strider I've got on my list, Velocity 2X was brilliant. There's been lots of really good downloadable games as well. So horses for courses, but I think PS4's been a really good console for me.
Any more questions?
Yeah, so there's one from Aaron Cooper at Aswa on Twitter.
2K's community manager, by the way.
Oh, is it? Okay, well, he's asked, and this is kind of what we've just spoken about, actually, was PSX too early to reveal The Last of Us Part 2? I think so, yeah. I think we both think that, but I feel that they'll release it sooner than maybe what we think. But yeah, I think it's too early.
To 2018, 2019.
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it on the podcast.
Yeah, push.
Don't put your DualShock's life on it, because last time you did that, the DualShock died.
It's not dead yet.
You got to do a video.
I'm still on the debating that it wasn't called Last of Us 2, it's called Last of Us Part 2.
God, you can't get away on that.
Technicality?
Technicality. Right, and one final one, and this might be a bit tough to answer in this podcast, but Aid Heath at Demon244 on Twitter wanted to know what the game of the year is so far.
Oh, it's Uncharted 4, isn't it?
Do you reckon?
Yeah, that miles. No game can touch that. It's absolutely unbelievable.
I don't think it would be my game of the year. Only because I've played Uncharted 1, 2 and 3. And as great as Uncharted 4 is, it's not. Uncharted 1, 2 and 3 happened before it. So it's just more of the same awesomeness. It wasn't, for me, it wasn't groundbreakingly new.
It was completely different, though, I think, from the others.
Well, no, it wasn't, was it? It just looked beautiful and had a good story, but at its core, it was still an Uncharted game. Like you could play it and know it's an Uncharted game. It wasn't like, oh, this is weird. What's this? This isn't Uncharted. It was perfectly an Uncharted game.
Yeah, it's my game of the year anyway.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll do another game of the year debate at some point, and I'll reveal what mine is.
Maybe we should do that next week or soon.
Yeah, because I think I'll get a lot of stick for what it is, but I'll be able to justify it quite well. So there you go.
Okay, let's just talk about, because we're getting on to our hour. We're trying not to drag it on for too long, because we don't want to have our 2 hour long podcasts. That's no good. Nothing to talk about next weekend.
Exactly.
We could probably talk to us. Easy, mind you. Anyway, let's just talk about what we've been playing quickly, because I do like to talk about that.
Yeah, good idea. I was going to run over our predictions, but I think we kind of covered them off, really.
Yeah, I think we did, yeah.
There was no special edition PS4 Pros, which was sad, and there was no permanent PS4 Slim price drop from your side, which was sad. But the prices dropped anyway. But
exactly.
Cool.
So that's sort of right.
Yeah, let's talk about what... Well, no, yeah, okay, whatever.
What have you been playing then?
I've been playing Rise of the Tomb Raider, finally, so... I know I touched upon it and said I'd started playing it last week, but this week I've spent some serious time on it. And that's all I've been playing, but it's been very, very enjoyable. It's a really good game.
Yeah, I need to get back to it, actually.
Yeah. It is, again, it's very much an Uncharted game. You can tell the influence that it's had, or that Square have had, by looking at what Naughty Dog have done.
Yeah, although we need to be fair that Uncharted's influenced by Tomb Raider as well.
Yeah, I read or heard a very good... Either one couldn't... It's like two sides of the same coin. One game now couldn't exist without the other.
Yeah,
I think that they both push each other on. What's quite nice with the Tomb Raider, I like just the looking for treasures and you look at the map and you just find all the little extra bits there.
See, that's what annoys me about Tomb Raider in particular, this new one, Rise of Tomb Raider, and to an extent the last one. What annoys me is just it's like two parts. So you're doing a narrative story. You're going through one. The village is burning down or something quick. You need to go rescue them. Oh look, you can go in that tomb and go and look for something.
Yeah,
but what about the people burning death? Oh, don't worry, they'll be all right. We'll get them some fire blankets till you turn up. I mean,
doesn't make sense. Like, I imagine the bad guys are just stood in their base waiting for Lara, and Lara's pissing around looking for cups and money. And then, 4 hours later, she turns up, and they're like, "Oh, about bloody time! Now we're going to shoot you." Yeah, I suppose. But I, from an escapism point of view, I like the fact that you can just wander off piste and fart around. Yeah. So, yeah, it's been good.
But I think when it's story, it should be the story. You should, just to keep the narrative sort of going and keep it sort of on a fast pace. And
because I might find that I've been exploring for 2 hours, and then I'm like, where am I going now? What happened a while ago? Yeah,
exactly. So I mean, I think that they could do that better somehow. Still have it there, maybe. I don't know how, but maybe there's just a way they could do it in between when it's not story. Like if, say you had a chapter or whatever, and the chapter ended, and then you could just go off wandering and then start again when you're ready, sort of thing.
Isn't that Uncharted though? I suppose they've got to be careful not to make it based with chapters and start points and end points, because that's what Uncharted does. We've got to have some differential. So.
It just ruined the story for me. That's all. When Rise of Tomb Raider, when the fact you could go and wander off.
Yeah,
I thought that was quite. That was my problem with it. Obviously, I'm always looking for problems in games.
Yeah, it's a fair point though. You've got to look at both sides, and what's good and what's
the game
bad.
I've been playing Steep, I've been looking for good points because there's no good points. It looks amazing. There's a good point. Other than that, it's terrible. It's a
snowboarding game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a snowboard simulator. It's boring.
Yeah.
The thing that really annoys me about it is it's online only. So like you don't have an offline mode, but the only reason it's online only is so that you can team up with people, a bit like you do in The Division.
Yeah.
Where you can go.
So that's another Ubisoft game anyway.
It's basically the same as The Division, where you go in groups and you can go on the missions and sort of thing, and you can be on the leaderboards, etc. Or if you can't find anyone to play with, like I said in my review, I had about 400 odd people online, and only one of them was playing Steep.
Yeah. It's a bit of a niche release to hope that you're going to have an influx of people playing.
Yeah. And then, obviously, if you can't find anyone to play with, you can wander around the slopes and find people to join your group. I couldn't find anyone. It was like empty. The whole game was empty. I found about 3 people. I teamed up with them. And then that was it. They just disappeared, and I don't think I managed to play with any of them. That was something.
So is that gone back in the box, is it? Or are you going to go back and try?
I sold it.
Yeah.
Today.
Oh, right. Fair enough.
I reviewed it. I finished my review and I thought, right, you're getting traded in.
I'm not a massive fan of social gaming like that. I'm not a massive fan when you have to rely on other people to be able to finish a game.
Yeah, the main thing about it is it's just boring. I mean, it's just you're going through one point to the other, and it takes forever, and sometimes you have to walk up the hill because they've not designed it well enough for you to be able to snowboard up it, and you're just sort of plodding along for about 20 minutes trying to get to the top of the hill, and you're thinking, no, you know what, screw this.
So you walk all the way up there just to slide down?
Yeah, walk up to get to the point, because there's got stories, you go point to point. Or there's drop zones where you need to go to a drop zone and you unlock new missions and unlock new bits of equipment, and that's the other thing that annoys me about it. Like, it's all ads, so you get a helicopter up to the top of it. You can buy helicopter tickets to get helicopter up top of the mountain, right? But it's got a Red Bull helicopter, and it cuts to this cutscene of this Red Bull helicopter, and your character's finishing off a can of Red Bull, and then he crushes it up and throws it in the helicopter, and you're thinking, bloody hell, man. Could Daniel get a discount for this ad that you're just showing me for Red Bull?
That's how they paid for the development.
And it's got GoPro paragliders and North Face jackets. It's got, do one Ubisoft.
Okay, but here's another point, and this is a good debate I had on Twitter on Friday. Does having all of that make it more realistic? Or because I had a debate on Twitter, and again, this is for another time probably, about real-world actor, about Death Stranding, about there being real-world actors in a video game. It breaks the escapism for me. So does having all that advertising in the game make it too real that you no longer can escape?
I don't think it's that. I just think it's too blatant. I mean, who gets out a Red Bull helicopter, crushes up a can of Red Bull and throws it in the helicopter again?
Maybe that's what snowboarders do. Are you a snowboarder?
What a nonsense. It's nonsense. It's just Ubisoft and its terrible, terrible developer. I just think Ubisoft should just... Don't want to say that. No, that's not nice.
Yeah, let's stop. We'll see you all next week. Bye.
Ubisoft should just have a rethink of their whole entire operation, basically. Especially these online game nonsense steep in The Division. The Division's another one that really just wound me up. I mean, what's the harm making it offline as well? You can still do those missions on your own. Why does it need to be connected?
Just
so they can dump the game, so they can turn it off one day and then make your disc a coaster.
Yeah. There'll be some business case behind it, but yeah.
They were already at it with their DRM, weren't they? And now they're doing it on consoles. It just winds me up. I don't like it. And I don't like the fact that I was just so surprised the game wasn't broken when it was broken. I couldn't even access it for a day because their stupid Ubisoft Club account systems. It created me a new account without an email address. Like I'd signed in with my PSN ID. So if you are playing Steep and you get this problem, it won't let you launch a game. Basically, what you've probably done is signed into Ubisoft account, your PSN ID, and it's not attached to an email address to your account. So in that case, it won't let you launch a game, so you need to contact them and get them to attach one. That's what I had to do. After a day, I figured that out. And then eventually it worked. But to be honest, I was surprised it was working at all, because Ubisoft don't like their games generally broken when they launch them. So
yeah, massive oversight. But hey ho, you got on it in the end.
And it's terrible. So,
and you still traded it in. Yeah, what a waste of time.
It wasn't a waste of time. I got to review it and slag it off, so I'm quite pleased.
Fair enough.
As long as I can say, oh God, like, how much longer have we talked for?
I don't know. No,
Get me starting Ubisoft and we'll be going all day.
Yeah, no, that's it. I think we've covered what we're playing. I'm also playing Letter Quest on PS Vita, which was a PS Plus game last month. But,
I've not tried that one. Don't know what that is. I've not heard of it. Oh, where's my mouse?
It's all right.
Okay. Anything else we want to cover before we go?
I think we've covered pretty much everything, haven't we, this week?
We've got our questions. Let's just talk to our listeners one more time. We still wouldn't mind knowing if there's any features you would like us to have, or, I mean, because we're open to suggestions, obviously. We've just been talking about news this week mainly and what we've been playing, but if there's any features you can think would make a great regular feature, then let us know, because I think that would be good. It'd be good to have some suggestions. See what you like, see what you'd like to hear. If you have any more questions, obviously, then please keep them coming, because it's brilliant. We are going to have any competition soon, do you think?
I hope so, yeah. We're working on it. There will be some, for sure.
Good, so
for definite. Let's say next week we'll have a competition.
Yeah, let's try and have a competition. That would be fun.
And are you gonna video your smashing of the DualShock for the listeners to watch during the week?
Might do. If I can bring myself to
I'm gonna mention
part
that
of my
week
favourite controller. I might just paint one blue and say it's that one. Okay, so remember you can listen to us on iTunes. Please remember to review us and give us a rating. That's the one. Twitter at @Square_XO, SquareXO.co.uk, YouTube.com Johansson Water, and the PlayStation community too.
Awesome.
Find us on SquareXO. See, I remembered everything. And I think that's us. It's been a fun show. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Thanks very much.
And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.